Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway. And yes, we're back. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for tuning in. Hit us on all our social media
Platforms.
all our social media platforms. Holler at us, we holler back. Sorry for the interruption, but technical difficulties happen sometimes where it's coming together. And let me introduce Steven Rubain.
All right.
So we can get back up to speed to where we was at.
I just thought you didn't like what I was saying, so you just turned the thing off. But I'll take it as technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was just a little
technical difficulties. Yeah. But we would just kind of give you a quick recap of what we talked about. We started the show off by discussing about the Basketball World Cup and just giving a slight mention about Anthony Edwards being a budding superstar for the U.S. team and also going into the NBA season this year, who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then we mentioned a debate question discussed on Stephen A. Smith's show, who is the greatest point guard of all time? And arguments Stephen A. Smith had brought up was Stephen Curry. Michael Jordan took offense to this and wrote back stating that while he respects Stephen Curry, he feels that Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. So that's something we want to hear from you guys. Tell us, who do you think between Stephen Curry and Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time?
And Steve said he thought was
Magic Johnson for sure.
And of course, I'm a Magic fan. Everybody knows this, but I'm also a diehard Steph Curry fan.
Yes, and let's make it clear. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time and a great point guard. But when you define the point guard position, Magic defines the complete point guard position because he does it all.
Right.
And not that Stephen Curry can't do it all. It's just that when you look at who does it better, it was definitely Magic.
All right. And then we go into the CFB and let Steve kick it off and just,
Well, just going back to college football, starting this weekend, the biggest thing, like I mentioned, is that there's a number of teams who are doing realignment starting next year. And so we have a couple teams this year. I mentioned BYU. I mentioned West Virginia, Central Florida, Houston, and Cincinnati all join the Big 12. So that's going to make for a very interesting Big 12 season as you have two teams in Texas, Oklahoma on their way out heading to the SEC. So we're going to see if one of those two teams can leave by winning the Big 12 championships, or will it be one of these new schools coming in to the Big 12? So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Main thing is, as I mentioned, it's going to really shake things up money-wise for college football because you have all these schools now traveling to all new destinations. It's going to be all this cross-country travel now. So we're going to be interesting to see. But the funny thing, though, is that with all this change, when you look at the top 10, it's still the same schools, same schools. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the top 10.
By design.
By design, of course. So number one this year going to the season is the Georgia Bulldogs, two-time defending college football champions. So even though they lost their quarterback, lost several of their linemen, defensive players, they just reload. It's just crazy how they're just able to just get new people in there and just
they have the program, Steve.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we don't know.
We know.
They have the money, they have the program, they're able to go and resource and talk to people's families.
Oh yeah.
And roll out the red carpet.
Roll out the red carpet and the green carpet. let's call it the green carpet. It's all about green.
Steve said it, not me.
All right, well, speaking of green, Michigan's number 2. And apparently their coach, Jim Harbaugh. I don't want to insult John Harbaugh because John Harbaugh is a great coach for the Ravens.
Jim is great too.
Jim apparently been wearing a little bit too much green because he's up for some college football allegations. The university itself decided, look, we're going to cut off the argument and we're going to suspend him for 3 games starting this season to go ahead of the NCAA, who's kind of been, they have been dragging their feet. They know the guy did wrong, but they want to hold off on punishing him until next year, which makes no sense at all. And so Michigan said, look, we're going to just punish him now. That way, when you guys decide to finally punish him,
he's already been
punished. And so he got a 3-game suspension. Of course, the 3 teams they're playing are like walkovers. And so it's like,
remote control.
We'll slap him on the wrist here. We'll have you miss the game against Central Michigan, which is supposed to win by 50 points anyway. But that's that. So anyway, Michigan's number 2, Ohio State's number 3, Alabama's number 4, LSU's number 5, USC, not South Carolina, but the USC Southern California is number 6, Penn State 7, Florida State 8, Clemson 9, and Washington 10. It's pretty much all the same teams from last year in the same rankings. The only team that had a major fall off was TCU, which last year played in the national championship game, got trounced by Georgia. They pretty much lost most of their team, and now they fell all the way down to 17.
Who's your favorite team, Steve?
You know, I'm a Maryland Terrapins fan, long-suffering Maryland Terrapins fan, but
How exciting, Steve.
well, exciting. But it is exciting because we got Tua's brother,
Ooh.
who was a senior this year, and he, hey, let's say, don't make fun of him.
I'm not making fun of anybody.
He could be an NFL prospect this year. They're expecting big things out of him. So Maryland might be a team that actually get into a good, strong bowl game. So we're excited this year going into the Maryland season. Like I said, Maryland should have a strong team. But as far as those top teams go, I want Ohio State. I'm a Ohio State guy. I want to see Ohio State finally get this championship they haven't got. We all know about Ohio State has that great wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., who should be a top 3-4 pick next year.
Everybody gonna want him.
Now, as all these major quarterbacks came out last year, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud,
who'd you
Anthony
say
Richardson, Bryce Young, Alabama. Yeah, Bryce Young. But even though they lost him, they in top 4, and apparently so a little quarterback controversy going.
Who Bryce Young play for?
Bryce Young plays for the Carolina Panthers.
Hmm.
So we're gonna get to him.
Interesting.
Let's get to him in a few minutes. But
I was just wanting to know who.
I know he does play for the Carolina Panthers. But yeah, college football lost a lot of great quarterbacks. But the interesting thing is that the one quarterback they didn't lose was the guy who was the Heisman Trophy winner last year and favored to be the Heisman Trophy winner this year, which is Caleb Williams for USC. So this is interesting because we haven't had a back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner in quite a few years. It's been going back to almost the 70s.
Is it going to happen, Steve?
I think it's going to happen. I don't see the only one that could possibly give a role is this Drake May for North Carolina. He's also favored to be number 2 quarterback coming out this year. If he has a strong season, I think he has an easier schedule in the ACC, so he can put up bigger numbers and look better. So it's going to be interesting.
All the QBs that came out, who are you expecting to have a big rookie year?
Oh, Richardson. I think Richardson, of the ones I mentioned, I think he's in the best position to have a better year than the other guys. Not that he's a better quarterback necessarily, but I think he's in a better position based on the team he's on and the schedule he's going to have. I think that Bryce Young is going to have struggles because that team is in total rebuild mode as far as the offensive line goes, as far as changing the players, new coaching staff. There's going to be some growing pains.
You know what I think, Steve? I just think you're disrespectful. I think that you, no matter what I asked you, since he plays for Carolina, it was going to be a little bit of disrespect in your answer.
How is that disrespect? Did you watch any of the 2 preseason games we saw?
Hey man, that's practice.
Well, okay, you call practice what you want.
Are you judging off of practice?
Absolutely. Well, what I look for in
practice
preseason, yes, I don't look for wins and losses in the preseason. What I look for is I want to see continuity among certain positions, and one big one is the offensive line. Because let's face it, you can say whatever you want to say about it's practice. No team wants to see their quarterback get hit and get hurt. And so you're going to put your best offensive line out there to protect him, and you're going to make sure to tell them whatever you do not get our quarterback hurt, especially our quarterback that we gave up a ton to receive. And they could do nothing to stop. In 2 games, the Jets and the Giants had a field day going after Bryce Young. And that should be worrisome for all Panther fans out there. Because you can't just you say what you want to say, but you just can't go out there and just pick up offensive linemen. It's not just something that you can just go out there and just do. So they got to go with what they have. And so they might be able to get better, but are they going to be good? It's going to be the question.
Okay, Steve.
All right.
The hate that's just generating from your body is making me sweat over here.
I'm just calling it like it is. So, okay, anyway, though, finishing up, like I mentioned, Caleb Williams, Heisman Trophy favorite. Drake May is probably second in line. But it's going to be a very interesting college football season. So we're going to give you a lot more insight, talk about college football throughout.
And we will be giving away some USC football tickets.
Yes, I'm looking
forward.
USC football tickets at the Coliseum.
We're going to put up on our Instagram the contest. The contest where we'll be giving away USC tickets. It's a contest to help us get our subscriber count up. We want to reach over 5,000 subscribers this season. And we will be giving away USC tickets and some NFL Rams tickets.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting. The Rams, well, hopefully the team they're playing against is good because it might be a long season for the Rams. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. But let's talk fantasy draft before we get into NFL because we had our first drafts this weekend.
And I was thinking, do you want to do a draft online?
I would love to.
While we do kind of do a show, do a draft at the same time, and walk people through it as it goes.
Yeah, let's kind of give it to our fans. Let's say if you guys want to join into a fantasy draft, we just do one for just a fan base. It's a fun one. Let's do one where we just pull fans in and say they want to sign up for it, and we'll do it during the show. And we just have because we want to have fan involvement. So let's do it where we can have our fans come in and give their opinions, and we can just communicate that way. I would love that.
Our first 12 diehard fans.
Yeah, our first 12 diehard fans, and we just have a fun draft.
And we'll still give away some NFL gift cards to that too.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Just something to get
something to get used to. Just something to have a little fun with. Absolutely. So let's. Anyway, one comment I did want to make about the fantasy drafts, just for those who haven't drafted yet, who are kind of getting some ideas. I'm going to let you guys know the running back position is bare. When you're doing your fantasy drafts, really keep in mind who you want to draft at running backs because we got a lot. I didn't realize, I knew it was going to be tough this year, but I didn't realize just how tough. Once you get past the first 4 or 5 running backs, man, you got a lot of question marks, a lot of struggles. And even in those top running backs, you got guys like Jonathan Taylor, who we're going to talk about in a minute, and Josh Jacobs, who are still holding out or / want to get traded. I can't draft a guy who I don't know where, number one, where he's going to be. And then number two,
he's going to play, Steve.
Well, he's going to play, but there's a difference between playing and winning. A lot of guys play.
Well, see, these people are going for a contract, Steve.
Man,
and you can't tell me that if they play, that they're going to play down a level when they're trying to get the most money possible.
I absolutely can. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me get to you guys. If you're at your job, guys, whatever your 9-to-5 job is, whatever you do, and you are unhappy at your job, are you going to give your best performance? Are you going to do your best work that you can do? If you're at a job and you're not happy at that job, you're not happy with where you are, no. You're going to go there, you're going to play, you're going to do the job, but are you going to do your best job? And bringing up, you mentioned this last week. Think about Aaron Rodgers, your guy, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron freaking Rodgers.
Now, you last week, whatever. Yeah, you last week mentioned about how disgruntled Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay and how he didn't give his best performances because he went out of Green Bay for the last several years. And I mean, it was well documented. He went out and made all these comments, blah, blah, blah.
That's a different situation.
How's it different?
Because they paid Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but
and the difference of the running back, they want to be paid, so they have to produce to get paid.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, had showed disinterest in the team, disinterest in the front staff, disinterest in the coaching staff.
Yes.
And let them know, let me go. And they paid him on top of that.
Right.
That's the difference.
Okay.
You're going to be like, all right, they gave me $50 million. Let me still. No, you're going to shut up and you're going to throw the ball. And you're going to go through the motions.
But again, like you said, he was paid. He had his money, but he went through the motion. And so that's what the point I'm making with Jonathan Taylor.
No.
Jonathan Taylor, while he is definitely trying to get paid too, he wants out of that organization. He's made it clear, I don't want to be with the Colts. He's not saying pay me Colts. He's saying trade me Colts. That's the difference, right? Isn't that not what he's saying?
Yes, but you also put Brandon Jacobs in that situation.
Well, Josh Jacobs the same thing. He wants to get paid.
Yes, but they have to show and prove to get paid. They can't do what Aaron Rodgers did because Aaron Rodgers got paid.
Okay. So, but the point of, would you want to draft Josh Jacobs, as talented as he is, when you're not sure if he's even going to be there week one, and even if he does come back week one, he's going to be behind where all the other guys are as far as knowing what to do, having everything in motion.
Josh Jacobs going to be, Steve.
I'm not going to put fantasy emphasis on a guy who I don't know is going to be 100%.
So who's your first pick in a fantasy football draft, Steve?
My first pick, I went with Bijan Robinson. I mean, I would have taken, like I said, I've been burned by McCaffrey before. McCaffrey should be the number one. Let's be honest. He should be the number one running back. And I know a lot of guys took him first. I said last year he was healthy. So I think this year he's going to get hurt.
I'm happy that you're in some of my fantasy football drafts because it'd be easy to beat you.
But look, Bijan Robinson, even though he's a rookie, he's going to be the guy with the Falcons. They're going to make sure to give him every opportunity to do well. And so that's what I'm looking for in fantasy. I'm not to say he's the best running back. He's the guy who's going to get the most opportunities to do well right now. And so that's what I'm looking at for. Like I said, McCaffrey, of course, is going to be at number 2 or 3, but I can't get my first pick on McCaffrey.
Okay.
Tell me guys what you guys think. What do you guys think?
I'm going to put the phone number up so you can call in because we're about to start going through these different divisions real fast.
All right.
Our new number is 909-844-4443. That should be real simple for you to call in.
I call that's like the Brett Favre number. All these fours.
909-844-4443.
Oh my goodness. All right. But let's do these predictions. Let's go with probably what's going to be the most challenging division in football this year, which is the AFC North.
AFC North.
The AFC North is a beast this year. I mean, you got the Baltimore Ravens, you got the Cleveland Browns, you got the Bengals, you got the Steelers. Any one of those four could finish in first place. Any one of those four could finish in last place.
Well, let's start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you feel about the team? And what do you feel about their direction? And let's not spend too much time, but let's give everybody
real quick. The direction is good. I like Pickett. I like Pickens. I like Najee Harris. I think they got the big three in place. I think they're a year away. I think they're going to make a minor stride. I think they're going to maybe win 1 or 2 more games, but I think they're not in this juggernaut of a division. They still are another piece or two away. So I'm going to get them. I got them as last place this year, but close last place.
Okay. All
right. Who do you got?
You put Pittsburgh in last place.
Yes.
Okay. I think Pittsburgh will have a decent turnout. I think Pittsburgh will show up and beat Baltimore this season.
Ooh.
I think that Pickett to Pickens is going to be great. I think that
you guys circle that. Now, remember, this is the same guy who last year picked the Raiders to win the AFC West. So
it's also the same guy who pitched Josh Jacobs as his number 1 running back.
That is true.
And Josh Jacobs was the number 1 running back in fantasy. The only thing that happened with the Raiders last season was coaching. Coaching killed the Raiders last season. All you had to do was watch the game. The Raiders had the feet, the fire and the fuel, but the coaching just took them out the game each and every time.
And who laughed at you last year when we made that pick? And I told you coaching sucked. I've never been a Josh McDaniels fan, and I was shocked when you said the Raiders were going to beat the Chiefs and the Chargers.
To me, it seems so easy. It seems so easy with the team that they had. They should have been overachieving, but they underachieved because
So were you saying they're going to underachieve this year as well? Are you going to jump on the Raider bandwagon again? Or
I can't till I see them show up. Till I see them show up. Pittsburgh, however, at the end of the season last season, showed they ended off on a good foot. They showed where they wanted to go, and they have a new identity.
Okay, I got that. Well, I'm taking the Bengals to have a little fall this year. I think they're going to fall down to 3rd place. And the reason why is even though as talented as they are, they really haven't done much to add any talent in the last couple of years. I think the rest of the division has caught up to them. They kind of have the same nucleus. It's kind of no real major updates or, they're going to have the target on their back. And so I got them in third place. I've taken the Browns to move up to second place, and that's the Deshaun Watson factor. I think Deshaun Watson is going to have a huge year. I think Nick Chubb's going to have a huge year, and I think they're going to be a team with a last place schedule. They're going to be able to make a move and move up to second place based predominantly on schedule and talent. And then first place team and team I think could really win the AFC East, not just the AFC North, but also win the AFC period is the Ravens. The Ravens are loaded.
Wow. I give the Ravens the following season. I don't say that they jump right into it this season. I think the following season, the Ravens will be on hot fire. I believe they're going to be one of those teams this season that is going to show a lot of promise and just can't quite get there. I put Joe in second place this season. I do say he falls, but I put the Browns to win that division this season. Browns, Bengals, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore bringing up the rear with close games, but just not good enough.
I can't totally argue with you because, like I said, any team could finish first, any team could finish fourth. I mean, this is going to be just a juggernaut of division. It's going to be interesting to see. Like I said,
the most important part, the Browns take that division this season.
And like I said, I'm not going to argue that because I think Deshaun Watson is going to be huge. And like I said, I jumped all over Deshaun Watson. I know my partner next to me was a little pissed off because I was able to steal Deshaun Watson from him. But I think he's going to come out on a fire. He got something to prove, and I think he's just
a little pissed off. You had nobody on your fantasy team that you needed Deshaun Watson. The only thing you were looking at, you saw the team that I was putting together, and you picked up Deshaun Watson.
Hey, that's called fantasy genius. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all got to watch Steve y'all in fantasy football draft with him. Let's move to the AFC East.
Yeah, it's the second toughest division. Oh my goodness. We got the Bills, we got the Dolphins, we got the Jets, and we got the Patriots. Now, this division is...
They got Aaron Rodgers.
The only reason why I don't put the East above the North as far as toughest division is that I can't see any scenario where the Patriots win the AFC East. I mean...
Yeah, they fall from grace.
They fall from grace. And, yeah, there's just... It would take a catastrophe for the Patriots to win the East. I think the Patriots...
Everybody in the other teams had to get hurt for the Patriots.
Everybody had to get hurt. I mean, so many... Now, did you hear now that I guess the Stephon Diggs thing is not over yet? Did you hear this week that there's rumors that he's not happy again? He's asking out again. That kind of, I'm still taking the Bills to win the East, but asterisk.
Hey,
they got to work that out
without any question.
Yeah.
Without any question. Well, go ahead. Give
okay, I'm gonna give you my picks, and then I know where you're going. I know where you're gonna go with. I got the Bills first. I got the Dolphins second. I got the Jets third, and the Patriots pulling up the rear. But that is fluid. I think the Jets is still a year away. I know everybody's on the Jets bandwagon. They got Dalvin Cook. Blah 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 blah. I got to see it on the field before I can just jump on their bandwagon. And like I said, this whole Aaron Rodgers now has found the fountain of youth. I got to see it. I just remember the Aaron Rodgers I saw last year. And unless some miracle happens, I have to see it. So Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots. Who do you got?
We got a phone call coming in.
All right.
Brother, what's the sports? Who's calling?
It's Omar. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, sir? Where you calling from?
Calling from Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Lost wages. All right.
Yeah.
How you doing out there? How much money have you made?
Enough.
There you go.
That's right. Hey, are you hearing what we're talking about right now?
Yeah, and don't bet on the Raiders.
I'm hearing it all, and I'm disgusted.
Woo, disgusted. Tell us, why are you disgusted?
Because you said the Ravens?
The Ravens, yeah. Have you seen what the Ravens have done in the offseason?
Okay, what does that mean?
And what it means is that, number one, you got Lamar Jackson who's healthy and happy with his big fat contract. You've now added. Remember, this team made the playoffs last year with no wide receivers. They went out and got an OBJ who has something to prove, who doesn't even have to be the number one guy, You still got Mark Andrews, top 2 tight end, to be their main target. You got Zay Flowers, who, have you ever seen him play in college? He's dynamic. He's a
Arguably
big
number
player.
one over there.
Yes.
I
And-
know, but I'm saying,
Okay.
but you're talking. You got to put all these people together. Then
Right. They're gonna put
OBJ has nothing to prove. He already got a Super Bowl.
Right.
By bandwagoning on a stacked team.
He
Right.
didn't bandwagon. He paid his dues.
He paid his due. I mean, he played out. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm not an OBJ fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of his at all. But I do think he did play out with the Rams, and I think he has talent. And,
Okay, real quick.
Mhm.
Do you think that he played so well because there was another wide receiver that was actually one of the best wide receivers in the league that was getting double teamed?
right, and that's my point. Is that OBJ does not have to be the number one guy with the Ravens, and that's why I think he's going to be okay. Is that he doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't. You don't have to put the team on his shoulder.
He was the guy with the sure hands.
He was the guy with the sure hands, and so on this team,
I never question his hands.
yes,
never question his hands.
But without a doubt, without him, they do not win.
Right.
So that's why you got to give him his flowers.
Right. And let's keep in mind, Lamar Jackson going to be a guy.
I give it to him, but I don't think he's as good as he used to be.
No, he's not. Oh, that's
without question.
He's not as good as he used to be, but all he needs to do now is there's going to be a lot of times when Lamar Jackson runs out of the pocket, makes plays. He's going to be a hard cover. Once the play breaks down, you're going to have a lot of guys. There going to be those plays where he's going to take something that Lamar Jackson makes something out, running out of the backfield, makes like a little 10-yard pass, and then makes into like a 30, 40-yard reception.
And what we just happened, Steve just gave his picks of the AFC East of who he thought what was what. Right. And I was about to give mine. And you can comment on this too. My number one and my surprise pick for the AFC East is the New York Jets.
I knew it.
I believe that the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins are going to be in hot pursuit of each other to take first place in this division. And I believe that the Buffalo Bills will be somewhere in between second and third. It's going to be one of those photo finishes in this division. New England Patriots are going to be dragging up the rear, but I believe that Aaron Rodgers is giving this team new life, and with the addition of the running back position with Cook going over there, that they're going to be over there beasting.
Okay, you can say that, but like I said, until the Jets show me, we've heard the Jets for so many years now. This is going to be their team. This is going to be their team. I got to see it before I believe it.
You've heard that for so many years.
So many years.
With rookie after rookie after rookie. The rookie situation is over.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers has arrived.
Aaron Rodgers is 39 years old, and he's not. You want to talk about somebody?
How old was Tom Brady? How old was Tom Brady?
Okay, Tom Brady had never.
How old was Tom? I'm asking the question. Why are you not answering my question?
Tom Brady was in his 40s.
Oh, so he was older than Aaron Rodgers.
But always playing at an elite level.
But Aaron Rodgers always played at an elite level.
Omar, did you watch? Let me ask you a question. Did you watch the Packers last year?
I'm telling you right now, the Packers. You watch out. They're gonna do amazingly well.
I think so too. I'm agreeing. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the Packers.
We haven't made it to that division yet.
Oh, I like Jordan Love.
I'm gonna give you this though. The Dolphins are going to be the team to beat. They're going to be they're going to be battling with the Bills, but
with the Jets
Bills for sure.
No, with the Bills. You had it right. He had it right. He said it right. He said with the Bills.
Wants to play the Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills and Dolphins fighting out for first place. That's my prediction.
I'm an Allen fan, but the Bills are in turmoil, sir. I don't know if you watched last season, but the Bills' play calling was abysmal. It made no sense in the last 8 games of the season. The Bills completely fell off the map.
What do you mean it made no sense? They still won. They're still
still won. Thank you.
Team.
I agree with you on that.
They shouldn't have lost that playoff game. That was a mental thing. They shouldn't have lost that playoff game.
I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you 100%.
I watched the same game you watched, and I watched them go out there. They have a quarterback that can run the ball. They have able wide receivers, and I saw them pick a play where they threw to the second and third wide receiver 3 times in a row, which is the reason why the number one wide receiver at the Bills wants out, because it made no sense for you not to target him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want help.
He does want help, but it has to make sense.
Well,
no, he doesn't want out. He's just
he wants to win. Yeah, he wants to win. Yeah,
back in the day, receivers didn't play like that. Like what he did was unprofessional, storming out and everything. That's something they got to change in the league. All he wants to do is win. He doesn't want out. He's in the best place he can be.
Okay,
I'm playing for that city. That city loves him. If he thinks he could get a better team, go ahead and try it. It ain't a wide receiver like this. There's wide receivers galore everywhere. The same with running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Those two positions right now are in jeopardy.
Oh, big time! Believe us, we know. We had a fancy draft this weekend, and the running back position is in big jeopardy.
Wow!
You don't know how to sit there.
I heard what you guys said about running backs, and I believe that running backs, they want to get paid, but Patterson has let you know that you don't have to be an amazing college running back to run the rock.
No,
Patterson has destroyed that position.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And he's in jeopardy too, because they got to find a playbook for him. Eber's doing the same thing too. Is a wide receiver that can play running back as good as most running backs.
Right now, if you guys are tuning in, we're talking to Omar from Las Vegas, Nevada, on the phone. He's calling in, giving us his opinion about what we're talking about.
Well, since you're calling us from Las Vegas, let's get your opinion. We're going to go to the AFC West.
The Raiders.
We're going to ask you about the Raiders.
I don't give a fuck about the Raiders.
Oh, well, the Raiders. Okay. Well, they'll tell us about it. Let's hear about the AFC. Well, we're going to get the AFC West in a little bit. Let's hear about the AFC West, though.
Let's let Wayne finish. My bad.
No worries.
No. We're going to a new division because we got to get through these divisions.
We want to get through the divisions. We want to hear about you with the NFC West, because I do have the Niners winning, but we'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about the AFC West.
AFC West.
I got the Chiefs 1, the Chargers 2, Broncos 3, and I got the Raiders bringing up the rear. I think the Broncos will have a resurgence. They have better coaching, and I think Russell Wilson has a chip on his shoulder. Ooh.
The Chargers are going to win that division.
Ooh, okay. All right.
The Chargers are going to win that division, and the Chargers might win the Super Bowl.
Oh, all right. Did you hear that?
Hey, I hear it. I hear it. And Omar, whatever you're smoking, can you bring that back from Vegas with you? Because I don't really smoke, but whatever you have, it has to be some great stuff. And I gotta try it because it just sounds like, the way your voice sounds, it sounds like it is making you happy. Because what's going to happen in that division is Patrick Mahomes is going to reign supreme like he normally does, bar no injury. If Patrick Mahomes is healthy, Patrick Mahomes wins this division with his eyes closed.
If he goes down, what happens?
That's if.
Who's his backup?
That's if. I saw Patrick Mahomes? I saw Patrick Mahomes in the most important game of the season get injured, run around on the injury like it wasn't nothing, and win the game. That's what I saw. I see the tenacity in the young man.
I've also seen him trail in almost every games that count. And they just magically win. The magic is going to run out.
You know what's funny? I'm with you on that. You know what's funny about that? Because we've talked about this off air.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes has the least. His wide receiving core is it's nothing to be talked about.
It's bottom 5,
and he makes them look great.
He makes them look great.
He makes them look like superstars.
Make them look good. It's Andy Reid's magic. Let's not forget, Andy Reid is one of the greatest.
And I will tell you this, Omar. I like your idea with the Chargers talent-wise, but the argument you're going to say is Andy Reid versus the coach you guys have. That's Staley. I don't believe in him. I watched that Jaguars game last year in the playoffs. They had a 27-3 lead in the second quarter. I was dancing, prancing.
That was stepping off the gas. That was
stepping off the gas.
They stepped up.
What's that? How do you step off the gas in the playoffs? Explain to me.
They moved. You talking last year? They're moving forward.
Well,
that's something.
okay, but it's still the same coach. What is it? But it's still the same coach.
It's not going to be like that. There's a new mentality. That game,
all right, so
if they won that game, they could win the Super. They could win
I'm agreeing with you. I love the Chargers' talent. I just watched the coach last year who he had a 27-3 lead in the second quarter.
Guys,
all he had to do was score another a touchdown. They win the game.
I give a lot up to a coach. But if you think that Andy Reid could do, Andy Reid was on another team that wore all green.
Yes,
and come on now, it has to do with the players. The coach, don't get me wrong, Andy Reid has the right ingredients every time. He knows what to do. He's the man with the master plan. But Patrick Mahomes
did the same thing. But we're not. Did we forget that Shanahan also blew a lead in the Super Bowl? But guess what? He's still the head coach of one of the best teams in the league, at least the top 3 teams.
What team was that?
The Jets and all of it.
What team was that?
Yeah, I need to hear that one.
Niners, man.
The who?
The Niners.
Oh my goodness!
Be the best.
Well, let's do this because you want to talk Niners. So let's get to the Niners. So
go to his division. Let's go to that division.
Well, let's just knock out the
NFC West.
Well, before we do that, let's knock out the AFC South first. So nobody cares about the South, but it'll be Jags, Titans, Colts, and then playing Shelly Rear Texans. Nobody there is good, but that's gonna be the South. Let's get to that.
Jacksonville takes it number 1.
Yeah.
Then coming up at number 2 will be Tennessee.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say the Indianapolis Colts with Richardson goes in there and steals it from Tennessee.
Okay.
You know what? I'm eating my words again. I'm going to stay the same way I was saying it. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indianapolis, and Houston.
There you go.
That's how that division runs out.
Okay. Now let's get to the NFC West because this is what we're going to talk about.
Oh, so you agree with me then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we speed through. Now we to your division, Mr. Omar, Mr. 49ers
fan. Yes.
There is no division. It's just us.
Okay.
They're a bunch of bums.
All right. Now you watched the show last year. Now you remember last year when all these Niner fans called in NFC Championship. Oh my goodness, NFC Championship game, and everybody was telling, the Niners going to kill the Eagles. Niners going to kill the Eagles.
What happened?
And
we would have, but guess what? What happened? You watched the game.
I watched the game. What was it? But remind Omar, what did I tell you?
We traveled with one quarterback.
Yeah, remind me what I told the guys before the game started. What did I say about Brock Purdy?
He said a rookie has never done it.
A rookie has never done it, and I stressed it. Well, once again, a rookie has never done it, and a lot of times some injuries.
Never say never.
I'm just saying. Look, the NFL is 80 years old, 80 plus years. No rookie has ever gone all the way in the NFL.
You know what makes me mad? I was rooting for Brock
Purdy. He was begging.
I am a Brock Purdy. He has made me a fan.
It was a great Phil story. It was a great Phil story. Oh, I admit you. I agree with you on that. It was a great Phil story. But the bottom line is though, when the time comes, guys get hurt because either situation or whatever.
I want to ask you this, Omar, from Las Vegas. Hey,
you better stop saying Las Vegas. You know I'm from Cali, man.
Hey, you're in Las Vegas right now. You represent Las Vegas. I hear the slot machines going off in your background.
He's just jealous. He wish he was in Vegas right now.
Hey, it sounds good. I want to be there.
He wants to be there right now, so he's just jealous of you.
Hey, you know this is love. I'm over here.
Oh, but we got much love for you. Like I said,
now the question I was about to ask, do you agree you guys messed up in that game? I still think you guys could have won the game if you would have went with the normal Niner play calling with the two with McCaffrey and Debo.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. The reason why Debo is so good and that running so good because there's a threat there. Guess what? If you rush a lot of people, guess what? You got Kittles who will burn any linebacker you have and any safety. That's a wrap for you. And you also have IU if you can get him the ball. So what we end up doing is that you guys can't run, you guys can't pass the ball. So we're just gonna
I think you missed the question. The question was, do you think you still could have won that game, sir?
No, we couldn't have won that game without being able to throw the ball. No. If there's no threat of throwing the rock,
you're not going to win.
Game.
There was a threat of throwing the rock.
You have to let me feel like you can throw the ball.
You know what's funny about this? I'm gonna leave it alone because it's a dead argument, and 49er fans are just so butthurt they won't answer the question. All I know is if you have a quarterback and the quarterback is hurt, and you're in the game, you're still in the game actively playing, you have to put your best players up to bat. And what the 49ers did, they chose to still run with the journeyman, with the man that's been on how many teams?
Look,
how many teams has this man been on?
15 teams, including the Redskins.
The 49ers put it in this man's hand,
Josh Johnson,
to try to do something and say, you know what, we were gonna lose anyway. So we didn't even Deebo Samuels and McCaffrey was mad behind this situation.
Yeah, I as an organization.
No. You guys are wrong. Think about it. Would you risk the health of your two major the future of your squad
in the playoff game?
Absolutely. Yes.
In the playoff game?
What's that? Absolutely.
You guys, all you have to do is squeak by that game, and then you can pick up Phillip Rivers.
This is the NFC Championship. You absolutely risk his health.
There's no way we could have ran on
You sound crazy.
Listen,
everybody.
Listen to me.
Wait, are we going to pretend like the Eagles' defense is not?
What's it talking about?
Hey, now you're an Eagles fan?
What is it talking about?
Look, now he's an Eagles fan.
Listen to me.
Now he's an Eagles fan.
I know. What's that?
49er fans kill me.
What is it talking about?
No,
look,
I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm not an Eagles fan.
Wayne and I agree on very little things. Wait a second.
You know that Eagles defense was tough.
Of course it was. But what's that?
You're not running.
I don't care if it was tough. You guys didn't even try.
Listen, as an organization, you're going to start, Brock Purdy, and then have Josh Johnson as your backup, and have McCaffrey as your third string in an NFC Championship game against the top 5 defense.
Hey, you guys set yourself up to lose.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's Mike Shanahan. Doing what he does with the cockiness, not because he brought Josh Johnson was only supposed to mimic Trey Lance.
Right.
That's the only reason.
But
I would have taken. I mean, at that point, the way I looked at it, I would have taken Cam Newton on the plane.
All you had to do was squeak by that
game.
Hey, McCaffrey is a quarterback.
Right.
McCaffrey could have ran the Wildcat with McCaffrey.
Yeah, you had to run
and guess what? They didn't try to do nothing. They
put him back on the field with his bad elbow. And he couldn't throw the ball.
You guys threw the towel in.
You guys threw the towel in when we put Brock Purdy back in the game.
As soon as his arm turned to a noodle, you guys turned to a pumpkin. And you know what? Let's this division. Let's rate this division because the time is running out.
Yeah,
who's number one in this division?
None of your teams made it that far. So why are we talking about?
No,
look, he's in his feelings now. He's in his feelings.
I feel like this is last year all over again. This is like last year all over again.
Oh my goodness!
Niner fans who are hurt.
You know what? Here. I'm giving you a virtual hug. I apologize.
Yes.
No need to throw stones.
Listen to me.
One last thing. I'll do this right now. The decision just came in saying that Trey Lance. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Trey Lance third.
He needs to watch this, and if it doesn't work out,
mark my words, Trey Lance is going to end up a Viking.
Let me tell you something to make you feel better, because you do need a virtual hug. I'm a long-suffering Redskin fan. I'm going to say Redskins. Listen to me. We were so happy because we beat the Ravens in the preseason game on Monday. It was like the Super Bowl for us. That's how suffering our fan base is. We were excited. Did you watch that game? Huh?
New owners.
Yeah. Did you watch that game? It was like a celebration because we won a preseason game. That's how desperate our fan base is. So Niner fans, at least you guys made it to the championship game.
Hey, and I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. What I'm gonna say is, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm a Brock Purdy fan. You guys did not do what you had to do, what you needed to do to try to win the game,
right.
and there it is. There, so I guess you want us to take your hat off because you made it there. All I'm saying is, all you had to do was squeak by, and just run your offense. Run your run offense that nobody could stop all year long. For the first part of the half, nobody can stop their run game.
I'm agreeing.
Then they get to a game where they need to run, and every 49er fan says that, you know what, we were going to lose anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you had to put McCaffrey in the Wildcat in the second half and just let it go.
It's been every 49er fan. They've all turned into Eagle fans talking about the Eagles' defense was, oh my goodness.
Right. No.
After Josh went down, the game was over.
They needed to go to 1950s football. I need to see the Wildcat every play.
After their quarterback went down, they mentally got defeated.
Yes.
The game was close. It was close enough for them to try anything.
Right. In the fourth quarter, it was still winnable.
Imagine this. You guys go ahead and you put your best players in to try to win. You squeak by the Eagles. Next, then you get 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
You fly Phillip Rivers in. To practice with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I take Phillip Rivers in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl?
I would take Phillip Rivers in the second.
That's the problem, y'all looking at you guys are looking at this on a fairy tale type.
Well, it's not a fairy tale. Phillip Rivers with talent can do something.
Have you ever seen a game like that before where you lose two of your quarterbacks?
I saw it.
No.
Before.
Well, every time before. I'm a Redskin fan. I've seen it several times.
What championship game?
We've lost quite a few. No, I mean,
not in the biggest game.
No.
But you know we got way off topic. You know, I apologize to all you 49er fans. You guys are right.
You guys.
Whenever you guys are in the game and your player goes out, just give up because you're not going to win because your player's out. You know, you don't play your best people. Forget what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just give up and you let the other. We might as well not even finish the game.
Yeah,
whenever 49er fans check out and say, you know what, we don't have our best player in there, we're gonna lose anyway. Let's just stop the game.
Yeah. Now,
just call the game.
Now, with that still being said, though, I still am taking the 49ers to win the West this year, but I think it's going to be a 2-team race. The Niners and Seahawks. I'm
saying the Seahawks win that division.
Well, I think it's. I'm
saying that the Niners are so down on themselves. The Seahawks win that division because this is what's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to play these games. Brock Purdy's going to come out and still be awesome. Brock Purdy's going to have a couple games that's going to be questionable, and 49er fans are going to do what they always do.
Roll over.
They're going to start calling for the next man up because they don't stick behind their quarterback.
Right.
They don't give him the fuel he needs to be confident. If he makes a mistake, they're going to want the next guy up. They're going to try to call for Trey Lance back. Guaranteed.
We agree on that.
I call it the way it is. I think the kid has done a good job, and I keep playing. Keep playing till he can't do it.
Yeah. Well, I got it. Like I said, I got the Niners too. I think the Seahawks are a year away. If you guys can follow along, the Seahawks added a strong wide receiver from Ohio State and also a strong running back from UCLA, Charbonneau.
So give me the top.
I got Niners and Seahawks. The Niners, Seahawks, and then Rams, Cardinals can go either way.
And I'm going with Seahawks, 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals. That's the way that division goes. Seahawks first, then comes the 49ers, then comes the Rams, then comes the Cardinals.
He's just hating. He's just hating on you. That's all.
Geno Smith. It's Geno Smith's year.
Okay. Anyway.
Geno.
All right.
Geno will throw 5,000 yards and 20 interceptions.
Hey, I, without question, if I didn't know you guys so well, you guys are going to have a team. Brock Purdy is going to make a couple mistakes. You guys are going to be so anal with it. You're going to mess with his confidence. You're going to want to sit him down, and you know this yourself. You know this yourself, and that's what's going to be your downfall for your season.
The fans don't make decisions.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't tell because Trey Lance ain't seen the light of day.
No, that's true. That's true.
I can't tell.
But since you're on the Eagles, Now, Niner fans like to jump on the Cowboys bandwagon. So, are you going to jump on the Cowboys bandwagon this year?
I want to see the Cowboys play because I want to see them again.
Okay.
So with that being said, let's go to the NFC East.
So, are you a Cowboys believer? Because a lot of Niner fans love to jump.
The Cowboys are better than the Eagles.
Okay, so who do you got? You got the Cowboys or Eagles winning the East? Who do you have?
The Cowboys gonna win.
Ooh, see that? Let's tell you, Niner fans always jump on the Cowboys bandwagon. I know
Wow.
it's ever since.
Wow.
I enjoy the Cowboys. I have so many Cowboys.
I'm just saying this. Listen to me. I'm a Cowboy hater. I'm an admitted Cowboy hater. I don't even mince the words. The Cowboys disgust me. You heard me say it before. They're the fake America's team.
Ooh, Star Status is gonna be mad at you, sir.
This team. Now let me get. Jerry Jones is the greatest businessman in the NFL, hands down. It's not even a close second. What he's done with that organization.
Hey,
listen to me. I was running the streets in my 20s the last time the Cowboys have even made an NFC Championship game, much less won one.
So give us the countdown from one to 4.
I got Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants, and it's fluid. Commanders are third. I'm taking the Commanders at third. What did the Giants do this year to get better? Tell me what the Giants did to get better.
You said that. What does that mean?
What it means is that teams have to. Okay, teams have to step it. You can't come back with the same team and expect it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What? No. Okay, you said.
Hey,
he just he said if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something else. They are already talking about giving Dak Prescott a $50 million extension. What has he done to deserve that?
Nothing.
Dak has done the same thing Romo did, which is nothing.
Nothing. Okay, but you just say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you saying the Cowboys should just go with what they have and just say that
Cowboys are okay with winning 10 games a season because before 8-8 used to win that division. Let's not forget. You won 8 games, you might have won that.
Yeah. Okay. Head to head, the Cowboys did not match up well with the Eagles. Eagles dominated them last year. And the Eagles are better this year, and you're saying the Cowboys for some reason are going to outdo them.
And with all that being said, the Cowboys' defense is a beast.
It's a beast.
I will give them that.
Their defense got better.
Okay. What are they doing on offense?
Gilmore is huge difference.
Okay, what did they do on offense to get better? Tell me what they did on offense to get better from last year.
They got rid of feature one back, and they got that loose.
Okay, you got rid of Ezekiel Elliott, and that makes you better?
They got rid of Zeke, but they got that little piece. They got Darren Sproles.
Okay.
So much with that kid. That kid might come around and get a.
Okay, he's a nice rookie.
Okay, let me go this real quick. Everybody, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you're just now tuning in, we're on the phone with Omar. He's in Las Vegas. He's from LA.
Yes.
But he's in Las Vegas. Getting his gamble on and having fun, and he's calling us live from Las Vegas.
And obviously had 1 or 2 drinks. He's had a little fun at the casino because he just said
he's had more than 1 or 2 drinks.
He just said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we know right there that the drinks have been flowing.
Like the Lakers, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Was it the Lakers who lost in the championship game? What's that? Talking about they lost in the championship. The Western Conference Finals to the Nuggets.
I'm not gonna sit up here and let you disrespect the Lakers.
But what's that?
The Lakers were lucky that they made it that far.
What's it? So should the Lakers just sit on their laurels and sit there and say, "Well, we made it to the finals last year, so let's just sit there and do nothing"? No, they went out and made changes.
Let's just watch. Let's figure out what we did wrong
and make changes with it. And make changes. Fix it.
Let me give a shout out to Lathan Mahilia. He's a diehard Eagles fan.
Uh-oh.
He said, "My Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl, and the Lions will play us in the NFC Championship." Now that's some big words.
That's big words.
Big words, Lathan.
But he's son, I agree with you though.
That's like my Charger one right there.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with him though. I think it's going to be Eagles Lions in the NFC Championship.
Well, I like the Lions.
You know what? I'm gonna give you mine. I say it's going to be a surprise show up this season. And the surprise show up is going to be the Giants and the Commanders. They're not going to be as weak as you think they're going to be.
Exactly.
And the Eagles have to play all the number 1 teams. So they got to be more on point than they were last season. They can't have those down games that they had last season and try to pick it up. I'm going to say they're going to let New York or the Commanders are going to sneak up in there and take this division this season.
Everybody slept.
I believe that the Philly will come in second, but still end up going to the NFC Championship game. But I think they will come in second in this race, unless someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Everything changes when somebody gets hurt.
Somebody gets hurt changes everything.
But my number one pick would be New York, and then I'll go with Eagles. Then I go with Dallas, and then Washington, or then vice versa. Because I'm not counting Washington or the Giants out, because those. Let's just say the NFC East is stacked. It's stacked right now.
I agree with you on that. It's stacked. It is.
It's so good. Why are we acting like Washington?
Okay, see, you're speaking just. Look at me. I'm a long-suffering Washington fan. So let me get this straight. I'm not speaking on this because of my love for the Redskins. I'm speaking on the fact that, have you seen the talent the Commanders have? I'm talking about talent.
Because there is no talent.
Oh, okay. See. No, it's a timeout.
Ooh.
Okay, there's a timeout. Somebody got to write it on. Somebody got to come in, call in, text in, do whatever. He just said the Commanders have no talent.
You know what? Even when the Commanders were sorry, they
had talent.
They were still out there. That team is the only thing they're missing is the captain of the ship. And
you said no talent.
They are better. The Redskins are better than the Panthers.
What's that? Time out.
He just. It's time to hang him up. He's getting downright disrespectful.
I mean, come on. What's that? Time out.
Just disrespectful.
Do you guys not remember who beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football last year? The team you just said has no talent. What's that? Time out.
Divisional game. A division game. You're gonna slip one here.
Okay, but you just said they had no. What's it? Time out. You said they have no talent.
Yes, rhetorically, they don't.
Okay.
They have talent.
All right. I know what I'm saying, but
hey, Omar, we got to get through these picks real quick. You gotta get.
I'll let you lead the next one. You lead the Let's save your division for last. Let's do the
NFC North.
NFC North. Go ahead.
NFC North. I'm going with Washington first.
We did know you did the North. Now we got the Lions, the Bears, the Vikings, and the Raiders. I mean, that's Lions, Bears, Vikings, and the Packers.
Minnesota Vikings first. Excuse me.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings first.
Yes.
You know what?
Love.
Okay, he's a Packers man.
You know what? I do like the Packers with love, but I'm gonna go as far as say Minnesota first, Detroit coming up strong second. I think they're going to be fighting for it. This is going to be a fight in the NFC North, but Detroit might even take it. So I'm gonna put Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago. That's what I'm gonna put Chicago, Green Bay last, and that's what Detroit and Minnesota fighting, because Goff they look hungry. They look hungry that I've seen them in a long time. How do you see it, Steve?
Well, I'm going to go with the Lions first. I'm going to take the Bears as a surprise team this year, and I'm going to tell you why. They're missing the one piece they needed was a number one wide receiver, and thanks to the Carolina Panthers, they gave them that gift. The gift of DJ Moore. You now. The Bears are going to be, with a last place schedule, they're going to be a surprise team this year. Don't be surprised if they get a wild card spot.
Lathan said the Commanders have more talent than the Cowboys.
I agree on that. They do have more talent than the Cowboys. What do the Cowboys have? Okay, look at their wide receivers. Other than CeeDee Lamb, who do they have?
Hey man, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You see who I pick. And Washington and the Commanders look like the hot teams right now. Now, the Eagles, like I said, the Eagles will come up second, but I still think the Eagles got enough in the tank to, if they don't get an injury, to still go to that NFC Championship.
Yeah.
But, hey, it all depends on how it plays out. Now, that's the beautiful thing about it.
Now, here's where Packers messed up on. He's still riding this Kirk Cousins train. Do you realize they just lost Dalvin Cook for nothing? Do you understand how much Dalvin Cook meant to that offense last year? You just lost him and got nothing for him.
I've said this once.
So what's that?
Cooks for years.
Okay. And then won nothing. Exactly. So they don't have Dalvin Cook this year. Their running back is Alexander Madison and nothing.
Good.
What's that? He's good. What's that? But they have nothing behind him.
Once again,
If he gets hurt, they're done.
Omar, let me ask you this question:
Yeah.
Who is the number one wide receiver in the league?
Okay.
I'm asking Omar a
All right,
question.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you two. I'll give you three. There's not number one.
All right.
The star that the league wants is Jefferson.
Yes.
That's who they want.
Yes.
We know the best receiver play for the Rams. Period.
Okay.
We know that.
All right.
Okay.
We know that. So
I will agree with him on that.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson will be double teamed.
But Jamar Chase
Yes.
is the third, and that man.
Oh, I love Jamar Chase. I've drafted him twice in my fantasy team. But what was I say?
But Justin Jefferson is a top 3 wide receiver, right?
Okay. Jefferson is going to be double teamed all year long. Now
But
he's still going to make plays.
Is he a top
He
3
is.
wide receiver?
Yes, he is.
Arguably the top 1, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Who's his quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
Thank you.
Who do they have to throw the ball to? Jefferson's going to be double teamed. You got the rookie guy, Addison. He's not going to be the man yet. He needs time.
They'll be fine, Steve.
So all they got left is Hawkinson.
Okay.
Running back and give him at least 80 yards a game. They'll find a way to win.
Okay, but Madison is all they got. But last year they had Cook. Think about it. Last year they had Cook and Madison, and they still could not win.
Okay. Give me one game. Right last year. You remember that Cook tore it up. Give me one game that you.
Well, he doesn't tear it up. He's consistent. He gives you that good, solid 80 to 90 yards a game. He makes plays when needed. You got to have that guy.
Latham and Hilliard, you're right. The Vikings will be in the market for a QB after this season.
Yeah.
And their QB for next season, they will get from the 49ers. His name is Trey Lance.
No. The Vikings quarterback is going to be Caleb Williams because they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. And they're going to draft
or they're going to get the kid from
USC. They're going to get the kid from USC because they're going to be number one pick of the draft.
Hey, we know it's beautiful. We all going to find out at the same time.
They're going to get Caleb Williams.
Okay. So
Trey Lance will be a Viking.
So I got Packers over the Vikings. I got Vikings in last place.
Okay. Now go with your top 4.
So I got Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings. Those are my top 4.
Bears is still last place. Bears is going to be last place.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going to see.
All right. Last but not least, we got to get to this NFC South because we got to get out of here. We over time. NFC South.
I'll start it off.
Go ahead.
Because I know who you're going to go with. So I'm going with the New Orleans Saints first.
Orleans. All right.
I got the Buccaneers second.
Right.
I got the Panthers third and the Falcons pulling up the rear. Go ahead.
Okay. Omar, who do you got?
Oh, man. I like the Vikings. I like the rest. I like the Falcons. I like what they're doing.
You like the okay.
But, yeah,
he sounds indecisive over there.
Yeah, it sounds indecisive.
I don't care about that.
I know. Well, none of us do, but
you know what?
You hurt Pack's feelings. Don't say that. You hurt Pack's feelings.
He didn't hurt my feelings.
He hurt his feelings.
Ain't nobody hurt my feelings.
You just said no. You just said nobody cares about his division. That hurts his feelings. We care about your division. We think you guys are gonna.
You know what? Omar, thank you for calling in, sir. And it's been a pleasure talking with you, man. It's been a pleasure.
Before you go, do you stand by if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Do you stand by them words?
Well, you gotta understand what I mean by that. So yes, because if your team lost because you made bad decisions, you shouldn't break the whole team up.
Okay, but if you're a championship team, shouldn't you still try to keep getting better? You don't just sit there and keep the same team.
Chargers, they did not lose because of talent.
They
didn't lose. They got outplayed.
Right.
They lost because they got outcoached.
Yes.
Because the coach got confidence that we were going to win the game. So let's not punch him in the mouth.
Okay, but let's say But who's your Chargers draft in the first? Wait, who's your Chargers draft in the first round? I want you to say the name of the guy they drafted in the first round this year, because he's going Quentin Williams, right? He's going to be a star. The guy from TCU.
Most first rounders should be a star.
Yeah.
That's easiest.
But I'm saying though, they needed that wide receiver. They said Herbert is our guy. He's our quarterback. He's our future. We need to get him better weapons.
They needed help for Williams. Williams has been doing good because Allen's
a little long in the tooth now. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's up there in age. He's at that era where now as a wide receiver, when we start getting into those 30s, you can't depend on him as being the main guy anymore. You got to have some young guns.
But watch, if they slide him, watch this. If they start running at slot receiver,
right,
he's gonna do some damage.
My fear with the Chargers is that outside of Eckler, who do you guys got a running back?
Who do they need?
But see, you got to have somebody else because you can't depend on. You can't sit there and say Eckler's going to play all 17 games.
Hey, well,
he always holds it down.
I love this conversation,
yes.
But hey, guys, we can pick it up next week, and we'll have a different topic for to go over.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to give.
Number 3 in their league. In the division, the Panthers number 3.
Okay, you got Panthers number 3. So
okay.
You've already hurt his feelings. So
no, you ain't hurt my feelings. None of y'all hurt my feelings. And you know what? Latham and Hill, you're talking stuff too. He said, "Sorry, Packett. The Saints will win the division."
Yes. So
Omar, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Call us back next week, man. Holla at us.
You too. Let's let Packett say that he's going to choose the Panthers to win the division this year. I want to hear him. We're going to write this down. I want this to be marked down. Because
look, I don't need you. Look, first of all, I am not a Washington fan.
No,
and I understand you call it how you call it. Omar, thank you for calling in from Las Vegas. Thank you for your support. Everyone, please like, subscribe, and share. And Latham and Hill, I hear all y'all opinion. But guess what? The Carolina Panthers got brand new everything. Let me say it again. Okay. We got a brand new everything, brand new quarterback, brand new coach, brand new coaching staff, brand new this, brand new that.
Yes.
But guess what? Carolina fans, Cali Cat Pack fans, Roaring Riot fans, Panther Nation fans, keep your head up. We're not going to the season with our heads hanging down. And I'm going to give you my top picks. My picks, number 1, Carolina, Bryce Young to get the MVP. Carolina figures it out. We know what we need. We know what we need to do. We got Adam Thielen. We got Chalk. He got a hamstring injury. We should have picked up Hopkins, but so what? It's a brand new season, brand new quarterback, and he looks young. But guess what? That's because he is young. He's brand new. And guess what? He makes good decisions. And guess what? He's a captain. And we going to win this division, and we going to shock the world. I'm going in 10 toes down. Let's tap in, Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation. Carolina first, New Orleans second, Tampa Bay third, and Atlanta coming up last. Carolina takes his division. Bryce Young gets his rookie standing ovation, and let's do this.
Man, that sounded good. It sounded wrong, but it sounded good. I like the energy. I love the enthusiasm. I've written it down. So at the end of the year, guys, when the Carolina finishes,
Nathan said, "Please write it down."
I did write it down.
Omar said he tripping.
So yes. So all right. So all you guys remember this at the end of the season when they finish in 3rd, 4th place. Remember that he said, just like last year with the Raiders, he is on record saying Carolina will win the NFC South.
Hey, let me say it again. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation. Carolina Panthers win a division. Bryce Young gets the rookie up. Yes. And we going to do it. Bryce Young.
I'm just praying Bryce Young makes it through the season. From what I saw from that offensive line, I said this, please let this guy not get hurt. Please don't let this guy get hurt.
Hey, You better pray for the Washington team.
I love that. What's that?
Hey, you
I
better
like
pray
our,
for Washington.
I like the offensive line. Anybody who watched the game on Sunday, our offensive line looks much better. I actually feel a little.
Omar wants me to turn your mic off.
Woo! Come on now. I heard you said that.
He told me, he said, put me in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we will be back next week with another fun-packed show. And the season's getting ready to start. And we're gonna have those picks in for y'all where we give you all the gambling tips that you need, all the fantasy football tips that you need all through the season. And don't forget our contest. Please check all our social media outlets. Tap in with us. We're gonna put it out there so you can sign up for our pick'ems.
Yeah, our pick'ems. Don't forget about our pick'ems.
We're gonna be doing a $50 giveaway, NFL cards giveaway, depending on how many people participate, and we will give out the directions on that as it goes along. But tune in next week. We're gonna put all that stuff up, and check all our social media: Instagram, Facebook. All the information to be going up. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Peace out.
Peace.